Hello everyone. According to the lead pastor of Gateway International Church, my own father, Pastor George Zuma, said, when a man grows his leadership capacity, the high places of life will make room for him. And to back up that thing he said, Jack Welch, who was one time chairman of CEO of General Electric, he said, before you are a leader, success was all about growing yourself. But when you become a leader, success is about growing others. I'd like you to know that every Tuesday here on Life Center Network, we handle what we call Leader Upgrade from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And I'm your anchor man. If you miss it for anything, your leadership ratings will be in doubt. I'd like you to know, the more you watch this, apply the things you like, your leadership rating will go high. Don't forget that it happens on Life Center Network, 2 p.m. every Tuesday, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Listen, don't touch that dial. Keep watching Life Center Network TV.
Follow us on YouTube, Facebook at Life Center Network TV. Keep watching Life Center Network TV, your gateway to possibility. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone. According to the lead pastor of Gateway International Church, my own father, Pastor George Zuma, said, when a man grows his leadership capacity, the high places of life will make room for him. And to back up that thing he said, Jack Welch, who was one time chairman of CEO of General Electric, he said, before you are a leader, success was all about growing yourself. But when you become a leader, success is about growing others. I'd like you to know that every Tuesday here on Life Center Network, we handle what we call Leader Upgrade from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And I'm your anchor man. If you miss it for anything, your leadership ratings will be in doubt. I'd like you to know, the more you watch this, apply the things you like, your leadership rating will go high. Don't forget that it happens on Life Center Network, 2 p.m. every Tuesday, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Listen, don't touch that dial. Keep watching Life Center Network TV.
Follow us on YouTube, Facebook at Life Center Network TV. Keep watching Life Center Network TV, your gateway to possibility. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone. According to the lead pastor of Gateway International Church, my own father, Pastor George Zuma, said, when a man grows his leadership capacity, the high places of life will make room for him. And to back up that thing he said, Jack Welch, who was one time chairman of CEO of General Electric, he said, before you are a leader, success was all about growing yourself. But when you become a leader, success is about growing others. I'd like you to know that every Tuesday here on Life Center Network, we handle what we call Leader Upgrade from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And I'm your anchor man. If you miss it for anything, your leadership ratings will be in doubt. I'd like you to know, the more you watch this, apply the things you like, your leadership rating will go high. Don't forget that it happens on Life Center Network, 2 p.m. every Tuesday, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Listen, don't touch that dial. Keep watching Life Center Network TV.
Follow us on YouTube, Facebook at Life Center Network TV. Keep watching Life Center Network TV, your gateway to possibility. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone. According to the lead pastor of Gateway International Church, my own father, Pastor George Zuma, said, when a man grows his leadership capacity, the high places of life will make room for him. And to back up that thing he said, Jack Welch, who was one time chairman of CEO of General Electric, he said, before you are a leader, success was all about growing yourself. But when you become a leader, success is about growing others. I'd like you to know that every Tuesday here on Life Center Network, we handle what we call Leader Upgrade from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And I'm your anchor man. If you miss it for anything, your leadership ratings will be in doubt. I'd like you to know, the more you watch this, apply the things you like, your leadership rating will go high. Don't forget that it happens on Life Center Network, 2 p.m. every Tuesday, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. Listen, don't touch that dial. Keep watching Life Center Network TV.
Follow us on YouTube, Facebook at Life Center Network TV. Keep watching Life Center Network TV, your gateway to possibilities. Thanks for watching.
Hello everyone. According to the lead pastor of Gateway International Church, my own father, Pastor George Zumwe, said, when a man grows his leadership capacity, the high places of life will make room for him. And to back up that thing he said, Jack Welch, who was one time chairman of CEO of General Electric, he said, before you are a leader, success was all about growing yourself. But when you become a leader, success is about growing others. I'd like you to know that every Tuesday here on Life Center Network, we handle what we call Leader Upgrade from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. And I'm your anchor man. If you miss it for anything, your leadership ratings will be in doubt. I'd like you to know, the more you watch this, apply the things you like, your leadership rating will
Well, I want to welcome you to
Don't forget that it happens on Life Center.
on YouTube channel. I'd like you to know that we said that leadership is, I tried to define some leadership, but I'm not going back into all that. We started a journey 2 weeks ago, which I said leadership and followership voyage. How to transition from being a mentee to being a mentor, how to transition from being a follower to being a leader, how to transition from being a mediocre to being an excellent performer. And we looked at all of that. We said leadership is taking responsibility to make life better for yourself and for others. Well, we have gone very far. We've defined leadership. We looked at 6 misconceptions of leadership. We talked about the 6 misconceptions of leadership. We said the one is that your guy at the top, where you said that only leaders are people who occupy big offices. That's a misconception. Number 2, the Superman achievement misconception. Leaders are those who do extraordinary things. You don't need to do extraordinary things. You can do ordinary things in an extraordinary way. The third one is the expert, the ITK expert. I do know misconception. Leaders have answers to every life challenge or problem. The fourth one is the idol perfection misconception. Leaders don't have the struggle of ordinary people. The fifth one is the boss man authority misconception. Leaders are those who rule over others. And the last misconception is the born great destiny misconception. Leaders are people born with leadership charisma. But today we are looking at, I'll review what I did last week, which was 3 thoughts that we took. Number 1, no one has a right to ask his generation to follow him if he has no journey to take. Nobody has a journey, because your journey begins with your vision. I will say point number 2, leaders are not extraordinary people. They are just ordinary people who choose to put in extra. And it is not necessary to be the best, but it is necessary to do your best. And we say the difference between ordinary and extraordinary is in the extra. An individual is willing to give extra what? Extra knowledge, extra service, extra diligence, extra discipline, extra persistence, and extra sacrifice. And then we say the third point is that the more you grow your leadership capacity, the more the high places of life will make room for you. The more you grow your leadership capacity, the more the high places of life will make room for you. And we said that when you increase leadership capacity, what happens? You earn more response, you earn more respect, you earn more recognition, and you earn more reward. And then when I came to what we said, that there are 5 things that make transition from mentees to mentors. 5 things that make a man to transition from a mentee to a mentor, transition from a follower to a leader, transition from mediocrity to high performance, excellent performance, transition from average to highest level of epic performance. And we said that number 1 is having the mindset of a difference maker. And last week I spent so much time explaining the difference maker. We said that the difference makers contribute their quota no matter how small. Difference makers contribute their quota no matter how small. And so one of the ways to design your calling in life is by the things that stir your passion. One of the things, how to discern your calling in life, by the things that stir your passion. And we'll give an example of Nehemiah, that when Hanani came and shared the deplorable state of Jerusalem and the walls, Nehemiah, something stirred up his passion. And because of that, he had to violate the palace, or the palace protocol of not appearing before the king in a sad countenance. He wore a sad countenance, appeared before the king, and the king had to look at his countenance, defy all the laws of the palace. But nothing happened to him. Not even a strand of his hair was missing. Why? Something stirred up, a passion stirred up his calling. And then he went to rebuild the wall of Jerusalem. What about Gideon, who was sitting down in the threshing floor of his father, threshing floor to hide it from the Midianites? And then an angel came to give him a salutation that was mind-boggling and heart-wrenching. Hey, thou mighty man of valor, the Lord is with you. And Gideon said, no, please don't greet me that way. That salutation is not, maybe it's a good salutation, but it's in a wrong address. And then something stirred up the passion of Gideon, that there is a deliverer in you. And he went ahead and he delivered Israel from the hands of the Midianites. And I said to you, leaders are passionate about making a difference. Leaders are passionate about making a difference. And I gave you the characteristics of a difference maker. Number one, they face life with a yes attitude. Whenever they face life, they tell themselves that this thing has a solution. This thing can be handled. This You see, different maker don't say, I am not the celebrant. They don't say, I am not the vision, I'm not the visionary leader, I am not the founder. They carry it as if they own it, as if they are the one that started it. Before I came out, I was just looking at 360-degree leadership. We're supposed to say the myth that I am not the one that started the company or the vision or the church, therefore I cannot really lead it well. So they own that ownership and vision challenges. They own it. They take ownership of it. Number three, they see themselves as divine instruments. They see themselves as an instrument that God wants to use to achieve his purpose. Esther saw herself as an instrument God wants to use to deliver all the Jews in Shushan. Nehemiah saw himself as an instrument, divine instrument, to rebuild the wall of Jerusalem. Gideon saw himself as a divine instrument to bring about deliverance for the people of God. And number four, they look at the human condition with eyes of empathy. They look at the human condition with eyes of empathy. They try to put themselves in the shoes. If I were the one, what would I have done? And number five, they insist on how things ought to be. They insist on how things ought to be. And then number six, they pay the price to achieve the expected end. They have owned the vision and the challenges. They face life with yes attitude. And now they tell themselves, I need to pay the price to achieve the expected end. So today, I'll be delving into the second mindset that helps you to transition from a mentee to a mentor, from a follower to a leader. What makes men is the second one, understand the power and impact of one. Understand the power and impact of one. And I start with introduction word said by Edward Everett. He said, I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. Edward Everett. Let me say that again. I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. No one in life is insignificant. That's what I want to start with. No one in life is insignificant. A leader knows that every major move begins with one. A leader knows that every major move begins with one. So no one is insignificant in life. I think it was Benjamin Franklin that said that no one less in life who can lift a burden for others. So, question: what are the evidence that you understand the power and impact of one? We are looking at understanding the power and impact of one. What one person can do, the contribution of one person. We looked at the issue of a difference maker last week. Now we're looking at understand the power and impact of one. A leader knows that every major move, like I said, begins with one. So what are the evidence that you understand? Simple decisions with a big picture mindset. They make simple decisions with a big picture mindset. They set organizational goals. This is where this organization is going to. This is where this church is going to. This is where this business is going to. This is where this political party is going to. This is where this school is going to. They make simple decisions with a big picture mindset, knowing that not only, yes, they have an impact to make, but others need to join them to make the impact. They make a simple decision with a big picture mindset. Why? There's a big picture. Big picture thinking is seeing an organizational goal bigger than my individual goal. So when one person, if somebody understands the impact and the power of one, when they are casting visions, their decision is based on the fact that there's something big we want to achieve. But one, I have a contribution to make. First, they see themselves as a difference maker. Second, they understand the power, the significance, and the power of one. So they make simple decisions with a big picture mindset. Number two, they are ready to take a one-man stand for their convictions. You see, you can decide to take a decision now and nobody wants to back you up. You tell yourself, this matter belongs to me. I can take a one-man stand because of my conviction. I am convinced that what I want to do can impact a generation. So even when nobody wants to stand by me, I will stand by myself until others come to see what I saw. There is this conviction. They are ready to take a one-man stand for their conviction. Look at a man called Adolf Hitler. Yes, it might not be a very positive example, but Adolf Hitler believed that he can conquer the world, and he went ahead to do it. Put 6 million Jews in a gas chamber. Why? He believes in his conviction. He took a stand, one man stand for their conviction, for his conviction. When David saw a man called Goliath, his king said, "You cannot." His family said he cannot. His elder brother said he cannot. Nobody gave him a chance. But he took a stand. He was ready to take a one-man stand for his conviction. He said to the king, "Listen, oh, the God that delivered from the paws of the lion and from the paws of the bear shall deliver from the hands of these Philistines." He said, I was taking care of my father's sheep. A lion came and took a sheep. I went after and I delivered the sheep from the mouth of the lion. A bear came and took a sheep. I went after the bear, delivered the sheep from the mouth of the bear. When the bear now came after me, I smote the bear. And he said, the God that delivered from the paws of the lion and that of the bear shall deliver from the hands of this man. They are ready to take a one-man stand for their convictions. Number three, they are happy to touch even one person with their service. They are happy to touch even one person with their service. They are happy to touch even one person with their service. I told you a story, I think last week, about a man who was walking on the seashore, by the seashore, and saw that the tide of the sea had thrown out fishes, and the fishes were just littered all over. And then he was picking the fish one after the other and was throwing them back into the sea, throwing back into the sea. And then one man was passing by and said, how many fishes are you going to throw back into the sea? I told you last week, he said, he bent down, picked one more fish and threw into the sea. Say, I made a difference in one. Now, I want to use the same thing and tell you that they are happy to touch even one person with their service. His service of picking one fish and throwing back, at least he has affected that one person. There are people who started a company and nobody believed in them, and then use that their service to touch one man. Let me tell you a story of a woman called Zelo Makati, who, of course, couldn't go to school, dropped out of school at the age of 13 to take care of the sick aunt. And from there, he became a washerwoman, a local washerwoman who wash clothes and then began to deposit money into the bank, that he believes that before he dies, that somebody would have benefited from her service of being a philanthropist. And then one person graduated, one second person graduated, and one day she passed on. And then a young lady was graduating, and they told her that your benefactor had gone to be with the Lord. You know what she said? He said heaven couldn't have gotten a better angel than her. So at least her philanthropic paid off. Her service affected one person. Number 4, they expect destiny contribution even from the weakest of people. They expect destiny contribution even from the weakest of people. See, when people believe in, they understand the power of one, the impact and the power of one, they even expect the weakest of person to make contribution to their vision. The weakest of person. Remember, Jesus was receiving offering, and what happened? The Bible said that the widow, the rich were casting out their billion mites, and she cast the 2 mites into the power. Jesus believed in the power and the impact of one, and a woman who was a widow had to drop her own coins in contribution for the service Jesus was holding. So they expect destiny contribution even from the weakest of people. Number 5, they handle people's failure with the one lost sheep mindset. They handle people's failure with the one lost sheep mindset. You see, the Bible gives about a parable of a man who had 100 sheep and one was missing. He left the 99 to go and look for one. You see, people who understand the power and the significance of one, you know what they do? When they are handling people's weaknesses, they don't say it's not just this one person. If one person goes, it's like you are running a church, you are a pastor, and then you have over 1,000 adults in your church. And out of the 1,000, one person commits something that is, you won't say, well, I have what I still have how many? 999 persons to deal with. So even if it's this one person that is going, person can go. No. They say no. This one person, I understand the impact of one. They understand the impact of one. So they treat that one person whose weaknesses, whose sin, whose failure, they don't handle it and say, well, I have 999 sheep still left. But I'm going to say, no, even though I have 1,000 members, this one person that has weakness or failure, I'm going to handle as if it's the only sheep. That's the mindset of those who understand the power, who understand the power and impact of one. Number 6. They are quick to connect to others in order to forward a cause. They are quick to connect to others in order to forward a cause. There is something that I've seen. They say, this one person that started this thing, let me connect to this person and believe that both of us can put hands together, because they understand the power of one. You understand? The power of one. I'll be stopping with this, an impact of one, because I'll be stopping very soon. An impact of one, because I'll be stopping very soon. Just a brief time, and then soon, just a brief time, and next we will continue. I said to you, next we will continue. I said to you, we started a discourse. We started a discourse last week, and I said to you that we passionate about making a difference. I would say questions see themselves as divine instruments. And today we looked at understanding the power and impact of one. And I said to you, Edward Everett that said, I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. No one in life is insignificant. You are listening to me this afternoon. You have a vision, you have what you want to face, and you feel go anywhere, but you need to start it. No one in life is insignificant. A leader knows that every major move begins with one. So what are the evidence that you understand the power and impact of one? What are the evidence? What shows that you understand the power and impact of one? Number one, when you make simple decisions with a big picture mindset. When you make simple decisions with a big picture mindset. This decision I'm making for an organization, not just about me. Number two, when you are ready to take a one-man stand for your conviction. When you are ready to take a one-man stand for your conviction. I am convinced of where I'm going. I'm convinced about my dreams. I'm convinced about my answer. So even when nobody supports me, I support myself. My vote is enough. My vote is enough to achieve what I want to achieve. Number three, you are happy to touch even one person with your service. He said, if nobody touch even one person with your service. He said, if nobody believes in this dream, nobody believes in this vision, even if it's only one person, my service, my product affected, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. That's what shows you understand the power and the impact of one. Number four, you expect destiny contribution even from the weakest of people. You expect destiny contribution. And remember the story of Yonggi Cho. When they were trying, I think they were trying to buy a property or what. And then Pastor Yonggi Cho had been asking people to contribute. And people were not forthcoming. And then there is this woman, an old woman, and she doesn't have much. She brought her chopstick and said that she wants people to come out and buy this her chopstick so that she will use the money to support the church. Guess what? People who were in that church who could give that money, when they were not ready to give that money, but they came to buy that chopstick for millions of dollars. And that woman, she was the weakest of people in that church, but she made her contribution. That's the power and the impact of one. Number five, then handle people's failure. When you handle people's failure with the one lost sheep mindset, it shows that you understand the power and the impact of one. When you handle people's challenges, you handle people's failures. You don't say, well, I remember one time my grandmother was complaining that one of the sons had not sent her something. I said, Mom, you have 9 children, and those other ones have sent something to you. I think that should be enough. You know what she said? She said, I carried their pregnancy differently. So my grandmother understands the power and the impact of one. He said, yes, I have 9 children. Yes, but this one son, he should still send his own, because I understand the power and the impact of one. And the last thing is that when you are quick to connect to others in order to forward a cause, you understand the power and the impact of one. You are ready to connect to people. I say, this person started. I think I can support this person. I can join my hands with this person. So We are going to stop here today. Next week we'll enter into aspiring to become the first among equals, and then we'll enter into experiencing the joy of being used of God, and then we'll be concluding in next week with the grace of God. Concluding next week, and then we'll look at other things as time will permit. Desperation to leave a mark on the generation. We'll see how far we can go with that. But I'd like you to know that we've been taking a journey on leadership and followership voyage. How you can transition from a follower to a leader, from a mentee to a mentor, from an average performer to a highest performer, and all of that. That's what we are looking at. And last week we looked at the difference maker, the mindset of being a difference maker as one of the ways to transition in life. If you have a mindset that I can be a difference maker, I can contribute my quota, that can make you to become a leader. And then today we looked at how, when you understand the power and the impact of one, that one person is enough to start something, is enough to start a movement. One person can make a difference in the lives of others, and you begin to take it up from that angle. I guarantee you, you will be upgrading your leadership. Don't forget, when a man grows his leadership capacity, the high places of life will make room for him. People begin to respond to you. People begin to respect you. People begin to reward you. And I want you to know that leader upgrade happens here every Tuesday, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. every day, every Tuesday, here on Life Center Network, on Fulcrum International, on YouTube channel, on Life Center Network, on Gateway Power by Gateway International Church. And like I said to you, we are still in our season, appointed season of visitation, which is a midnight cry and bridges of destiny. Every 10:30, my lead pastor will lead us and take us in the prayer, and then impact us, take your testimony. Don't forget to connect 10:30 every day, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Friday we'll gather at the altar of mercy physically and all our satellite churches for what we call the Vigils of Destiny. This week is the last one in the month of this year 2024, and my pastor, Pastor George Zumwa, will be ministering powerfully. It will be mind-boggling. It will be a harvest of testimonies of the supernatural. Don't miss it for anything. And for tonight,
are you ready for another season of God's encounters?
A mass in her stomach for the past 5 years.
A mass in the stomach.
It was
on the right side.
Yes, sir.
Can confirm it.
Huh?
It used to be very painful.
Yeah.
If I lie down,
God making the satellite churches, and then personal branch there at Trans Amadi, just opposite the Gulf Estate. That is where you have Gateway International Church in Trans Amadi. I like you to know that if you keep upgrading your vision, keep upgrading yourself, the high places of life will make room for you. Till I come your way again, this leader upgrade, taking the journey from being a follower to becoming a leader. Thank you. I pray for you that your life will count in eternity. I pray for you that you will transition from a follower to a leader. I pray for you that you will move from a mentee to a mentor. I pray for you that your performance will no longer be average, to be top performance, epic performance in the 7 mountains of influence wherever you are traveling in the precious name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Are you ready for another season of God's encounters?
A mass in her stomach for the past 5 years.
A mass in the stomach.
It was
on the right side.
Yes, sir.
Can confirm it.
Huh?
It used to be very painful.
Yeah.
If I lie down, I will feel the mass.
Yeah.
Very strong and
Yeah.
painful. But as we were praying, the mass I didn't feel anything.
Gateway International Church brings you Vigils of Destiny 2024 with the theme, God is a Good God.
The person I'm talking to right now receive a miracle.
It will be a time of prayers, prophecy, miracles, deliverance, and the move of God like never before. Ministering Reverend Intia.
Hanging prophecies are fulfilled.
Reverend Sam Oye.
In the name of the sovereign Son of the living God.
And the host pastor, Pastor George Izumwa.
Your head above your head. Every dark area of your life today, let light invade it.
Date every Friday in the month of July, 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th of July 2024. Time 10 p.m. till dawn. Venue Altar of Mercy Grounds, Gateway International Church, St. John Obogoro Road, Wumalimini, Port Harcourt, and all her satellite branches. You can stream live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at GIC Family and at George Izunwa. Listen live on Mixlr at the Gateway Radio and watch live on TV on Live Center Network. Come and experience visible, notable, undeniable positive change. Are you ready for another season of God's encounters?
A mass in her stomach for the past 5 years.
A mass in the stomach.
In the stomach.